Hey girlfriend, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sydney Simone. As you can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about how to book paid modeling jobs as a freelance model. So being a freelance model means that you are not signed to a modeling agency and you do not have any type of agent who is booking jobs on your behalf. Now, even if you are assigned to a modeling agency, this video will still be helpful to you because this is basically how to book jobs on your own without going through your agency. So just a little background on me. I have been modeling since 2019. I am from Mississippi, so I started my modeling journey there. There's not just like a lot of paid modeling opportunities in Mississippi, so I pretty much did it for fun and just for creative expression. In March of this year, I moved to Atlanta, and that's when I began taking modeling seriously. I got signed to a modeling agency in August, but I have been booking paid modeling jobs since I came to Atlanta in March. So I do have some experience. I have booked paid modeling jobs on my own. I'm still booking paid modeling jobs on my own, even though I'm signed to an agency. So today I'm just gonna be giving y'all all my tips on how I do that. My first tip for booking paid modeling jobs as a freelance model is to go through casting agencies. A casting agency's job is literally to cast models for other people. So let's say I am Ari Lennox and I'm having a music video next weekend for my new song and I need 20 beautiful black women in my video. It wouldn't be my job to go and find those 20 beautiful black women. I would go through a casting agency who would cast those models for me, and I would just tell the casting agency what exactly I'm looking for. So maybe I'd say I'm looking for black women, brown skin to dark skin, any size, must be 5'5" and up. Or maybe I'll say I'm looking for 20 black women, all shades, must be 5'5" and up, must know how to dance and have high energy because this is a high energy song and they gotta be in the background dancing. So I would tell that to the casting agency, and the casting agency would post on whatever their biggest platform is, and they would take submissions, and then they would choose who the models are. I don't know exactly how that part works now. The artist might have some decision in who they choose as well, but that's generally how it works. Most of the casting agencies that I go through, they mostly post on Instagram, but there are a couple that are mostly active on Facebook. Some of my favorite casting agencies are Cab Castings, Casting Plug, Bill Ticket. They're based in LA, but they post a lot of Atlanta jobs as well. East Spirit Casting is good. Destination Casting. It's a lot of casting agencies, guys. So if I were you, I would just go on Instagram, type in casting agency, and just follow any casting agency you can find that posts jobs in your area. You can also go to some models in your area's Instagrams. If they seem like they're pretty booked and busy, go to their following and type in casting agency, things like that, and look at who they're following and follow all of those people. You can also go to my following. I follow like every casting agency out there, so you can also go to my following as well and just follow all the people I follow, girl, because that's how I book jobs. And make sure that you have all of their post notifications on. You always want to be one of the first people to see their posts, because a lot of these agencies are really big and they have a lot of people submitting when they post things. So you want to be one of the first people to see it, and if it applies to you, if you feel like you fit the description of what they're looking for, do not hesitate to submit. They will put the instructions on how to submit in the caption. Usually you'll just send your name, age, height, your sizes, and sometimes they'll ask for additional information. They'll always ask for your contact information and 3 photos of yourself. And they also will ask for your Instagram. A little pro tip: anytime someone asks for your social media, especially if it's like, you know, a casting opportunity, don't just put the don't just put your handle or your username, put the link to your social media, because that makes it 10 times easier and faster for them to just click the link and go to your profile. Instead of having to go off of your email, go to Instagram and type your name in, especially if you have a complicated name with like a bunch of E's or underscores or something like that, just send them the link. So my second tip is to go through casting apps. The main app that I use for castings is Casting Networks. I haven't been on there that long, so I actually haven't booked a job from them just yet, but I have submitted to a lot of things in the short time that I've been on there, and I have heard successful stories from friends. That's what made me download it. And basically you just go on Casting Networks and they have a bunch of jobs listed, and they try to show you jobs that kind of align with what you have on your profile. So you set up a profile when you make your account, and you put your age, your height, your weight, your sizes, your skills, kind of what you're looking for, what area you're in, what area you're willing to work in, and they try to show you jobs that only fit the things that you've put on your profile. And it'll just have a description of whatever the gig is. It might be a music video, an e-commerce shoot, it might be a movie, a skit, a television show, just content for an artist. It might be UGC content or something like that. It could be anything. And it'll just have the description of what it is, and then it'll tell you exactly how you need to submit. Sometimes it'll just ask for photos. Sometimes they'll ask for a video, and they'll want you to say specific things, or maybe they'll just want you to introduce yourself, whatever the case may be. If you feel like you align and you want to apply, then you just do whatever they ask you and you submit it through the app. Another popular app is Backstage. I haven't tried Backstage yet, but I have a close model friend who has gotten a lot of gigs off Backstage. And then another one is Actors Access. That's just for acting, but modeling and acting are kind of similar, so I thought I would throw that one in there. The third way to book paid modeling jobs as a freelance model is through social media. Social media marketing is so important in this industry, y'all, and I have gotten a few opportunities since I've been here through social media alone. So my first tip when it comes to social media is to follow anybody that's anybody. You need to be following all of the local and talented creatives, photographers, videographers, makeup artists, stylists, creative directors, any local creatives that you feel like you could collaborate with or could possibly post an opportunity that you would be interested in. Anyone that could possibly need a model, you should be following them. And you should also be someone that they want to follow back. As a model, you need to be active on your platforms. You need to be posting quality photos. You need to be posting behind the scenes of you modeling. Even if you're not really booking jobs right now, or you're not really doing test shoots or whatever the case may be, at least post maybe like you practicing walking, or just something that's related, some kind of content. You practicing walking, you practicing posing, you doing different facial expressions or something like that. Anytime you book a photo shoot, that is a opportunity to get content. Anytime you book a photo shoot, you shouldn't only be getting those pictures back, but you should also have your tripod set up at that photo shoot, getting behind the scenes content for your Instagram. When it comes to modeling, you really want to put yourself out there, and you really want to be one of the first people in people's minds when they're thinking of a model. If the local most popular clothing brand is about to do a photo shoot and they're trying to think, what models are we going to use? We want you to be the first thing in their mind. And the only way you're going to be one of the first models they think of is if you're active on Instagram, if you're constantly in their face, they're constantly seeing you putting out quality work. So social media is really important, guys. Follow people. Don't just follow them. Engage with their posts, comment on their posts, like their posts. Don't be fake. You don't have to, kiss ass or anything like that. But if there are people in your area that you genuinely enjoy their work and you genuinely enjoy what they're doing as a creative, and you feel like you could benefit from them, or you guys can benefit from each other, then engage with them, DM them, let them know that you like their work. That kind of takes me to my next point, which is to shoot your shot. Do not be afraid to shoot your shot, guys. The worst thing that somebody could say is no. Don't be afraid to slide in someone's DM, especially photographers. Don't be afraid to slide in their DMs and, ask them if they're accepting collaborations, ask them if they're looking for a muse, or if they're doing any test shoots or anything like that. Same thing for stylists, makeup artists, hairstylists, any type of creatives. Don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Don't be afraid to slide in some DMs. And even if you don't want to ask for something, you can just slide in someone's DM just to introduce yourself, just to do some networking, just introducing yourself and telling them that you like their work and asking to hang out. And that brings me to my next point, which is networking. You should always be networking as a model as well. You never know who could bring your name up in a room that you're not in, just because of the impression that you made on them or the connection that you have with them. Every time I go to an event that is modeling related, or just anywhere that's going to have a lot of people, so like a hair show, a fashion show, a networking event, just anywhere in Atlanta, I always make a goal to get a certain amount of contacts or a certain amount of Instagrams. For example, when I went to the Atlanta hair show in the beginning of this year, right before I moved here at the end of February, I modeled in the Atlanta hair show. But when I wasn't, I'm saying the Atlanta hair show, the Bronner Brothers hair show. But when I wasn't modeling, I was networking. I had my business cards with me, and I was passing business cards out to every person I walked by. Anybody who had a smiling face or a welcoming, warming presence, I was walking up to them and introducing myself, telling them that I'm a model, letting them know that I'm available for their next brand shoot, anything like that. Of course, there were a lot of businesses there with booths, and they were trying to promote their business. So that's the perfect opportunity to talk to the owner and just let them know that you're a model, and ask them how they go about finding models. Ask them how often they have photo shoots. You know, just basically ask them how you could get connected with them, or just introduce yourself. Even network with other models, because I feel like it's good to have, you know, those connections and just see what other people are doing. You never know. A lot of models are looking for model friends, because this industry can be so taboo and so secretive that you want to have friends that you can talk to and you can text real quick if you get an opportunity, like, hey, have you worked with them before? Do you know anything about them? Do you have some tips? Stuff like that. So networking is really important. You could meet someone and they could meet someone who was looking for another model, and they could put you on. You never know who could put you on. You never know who could mention your name in a big room, help you get an opportunity or anything like that. So networking is super duper duper important. I have definitely gotten opportunities here in Atlanta just from networking, meeting people, posting on my social media, and then people sliding in my DMs. Photographers have slid in my DMs. Business owners have slid in my DMs. People who are like marketing professionals who are trying to put a shoot together for one of their marketing clients, they have slid in my DMs and asked me to model. So being active on social media and networking and being nice and connecting with people, that really does go a long way. Now let's talk about when these people do reach out to you, how you should kind of go about that. So notice in the title, and notice throughout this whole video, I have been saying paid modeling jobs, not working for free. So let me just put this out here. If you want to book paid modeling jobs, you are going to need to set some kind of rate for yourself. In the case that someone slides in your DMs or asks you, you know, if you can model for them or model for someone else, you want to let them know. If they don't say it off the bat, you do want to let them know your rate. So you do need to have a set rate for yourself. People's rates vary depending on their experience, what they feel they're worth. It also varies depending on the job and what you'll be doing, how long it'll take to get there. And I can do a more in-depth video. I'm definitely going to do a more in-depth video on this, but I do just want to say, set some kind of rate for yourself. It could be 30 an hour, 50 an hour, 80 an hour, 100 an hour. You need to set some kind of rate for yourself. In the case that someone messages you with an opportunity and they don't say anything about a rate, you know, you can kindly respond and just say, hey, thank you for thinking of me. This sounds like an amazing opportunity. My rate is $30 an hour. Let me know what you need from me so that we can move forward. Boom. So just like that, easy peasy, but always make sure you put that in there. So that is my advice on how to book paid modeling jobs. Let me know if y'all have any additional questions or would like me to go into further depth about setting up your casting networks profile or any of the other things that I mentioned. And I will definitely see y'all in the next video. Happy Model Monday. Bye.